ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome Senate President Pro Tempore, Honorable Senator Ralph Recto.
Ang asawa ni Ate V. Si Governor nasana. Thank you, Senator. Ayan po, parang nakamayan ko na si Ate V.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat. Thank you for inviting me. Joey Concepcion complained to me that they're having a hard time inviting lawmakers to their conferences. I told him that if for a change, he would sponsor a seminar on Entrepreneurship, then he'll have a full house and a quorum. I have assured the organizers that I will not speak very long, which for those in my profession is like asking an alcoholic to sip just a spoonful of brandy in a liquor convention where wine flows freely. As I've promised, I shall be done and over within 10 minutes. But by the time I am finished, 33 babies would have been born in this country, many in assembly line fashion in crowded public hospitals. We love babies so much that we produce 4,803 of them a day, or 1.76 million a year. By year 2020, our population would have ballooned to 110.6 million from 100 million this year. In 6 years, there will be 10.6 million more of us. We're adding the population of one Singapore every 1,000 days. My purpose in rattling off these statistics is not to pitch for the RH law, nor to scare you in not accepting any text invitation to a date if it reads, "Come to my condo, dala ka ng foods." What I mentioned to you, the future Taipans and the prospective MVPs who are in this hall, is the size of your market 6 years from now. You've got 110.6 million customer base emerging on the horizon, each of whom will need everything from unli loads or unlimited loads to unlimited rice to gifts to their one and only. If their appetites will remain the same, each, on the average, will annually down 52 bottles of beer, eat 40 packs of instant noodles, devour 119 kilos of rice, wear out 4 pairs of pants, consume about 600 kilowatt hours of electricity, and because he bathes twice a day and she thrice, use 846 cubic meters of water. In short, there is no question that there are buyers out there on the simple fact alone that ours is the 39th biggest economy in the world, the size of which is roughly 12 trillion pesos, a per capita income of $2,500 US. And mind you, the 14th biggest population in the world today. The real challenge on hand is to create a core of entrepreneurs who will supply their needs. But before I enumerate what you can do, let me digress a bit and expound on what the government must do from now until 2020. On rice, 10.6 million more mouths to feed means we have to ramp up rice production or smuggling by 1.26 million metric tons a year. And to achieve this, we can either improve productivity on existing rice lands or open up newly irrigated lands for rice production at a rate of 83,968 hectares, or 2.5 times the size of Camiguin every year, or 4 lunetas a day until 2020. On electricity, we have to commission 2 100-megawatt plants every 3 months for the next 6 years. On schools, we will be needing 100,458 teachers, 4 million chairs, and 40 million textbooks for the projected 4,018,000 additional enrollees in our public elementary and high schools. On water, we have to source, filter, and pipe in an additional 115 billion liters of water annually. Ang tanong, meron na ba tayong pagkukunan ng pera para dito? Sa 100,000 plus na dagdag na teacher pa lamang, 25 billion ang kailangan para sa sweldo kada taon. Sa patubig ng ating palayan, 100 bilyong piso ang kakailanganin. My friends, I have juxtaposed population increase and the pressure it applies on power, water, schools, rice to drive home the point of preparing for the future and planning ahead. Magaling po kasi tayo sa 2020 hindsight, pero mahina tayo sa 2020 vision. We are experts in the tactical and proficient on the ad hoc. We love the quick fix and expect band-aid cures to mature into permanent remedies. 10-year plans are unheard of in government today. What is used is a planning platform which used to the electoral calendar, meaning projects must be finished within 3 years. Projects are book-ended by elections. As a result, we are stuck with 1,000-day battle plans, which coincide with the term of the incumbent. Projects carry best before election expiry dates, so that when inaugurated, they can be milked for re-election propaganda. Because of this constricted time frame, only short gestation and therefore small projects are considered. Big projects that take more than 3 years to finish take the back seat. The tragic result of limited vision and planning myopia is what I call chop-chop development, in which progress comes in small increments. This because we press the reboot button every 3 or 6 years. Mabuti na lang, hindi kayo ganyan mag-isip. Sa ngayon pa lang, alam ko na ini-imagine na ninyo kung ano na kayo sa 2020. Ang dapat na papel ng pamahalaan ay suklian ang inyong talino, tapatan ang inyong sipag, at ihanda kayo sa oportunidad ng globalization. At ang paghahanda ay laging mag-uumpisa sa paaralan. The fundamentals of Technopreneurship are not learned in graduate schools alone, but in basic education. The seeds of entrepreneurship must be planted in schools early. It is in elementary and high school where skills are learned, talent is nurtured. Ask any successful man, and they will point to these as where the early prototypes or of their successful ventures incubate. More than irrigation canals and physical infrastructure, the biggest challenge is for government to build human capital. But our graduates are only as good as the schools that produce them. So if we must churn out good graduates, then let us build good schools first. On this, we can begin by improving science education. How? By seeing to it that 80% of science teachers are science majors or have taken up masteral units on the subject. By building more science laboratories, because at present, 36,328 public elementary schools do not have one. By tapping the power of information technology to assist science learning. We cannot have a market-ready, employable workforce if half of our students fail in science achievement tests, if we continue to languish in the cellars of global rankings on science education, if public spending on science and technology and R&D is even too small to measure. This de-emphasization on science and technology is reflected on the skewed job picture. We produced 949 lawyers in 2012, despite the glut in our courtrooms, but only 10 professional mining engineers, in spite of the boom in mining. 44,713 passed the nursing board in 2012, but only 46 hurdled the licensure exams for naval architects. We induct 1,523 new city councilors, enough to fill almost 9 Airbus 320s every 3 years, while on the average, only 85 take their oath as licensed aeronautical engineers during the same period. We have 337,620 elected barangay officials and just 92,000 small enterprise owners. Bakit konti lang ang scientists and engineers, pero maraming gusto mag-drive ng 8 na plaka kasi mapurol ang pundasyon ng siyensya. Kahit sa colleges, 1/10 lang ang naka-enroll sa engineering and technology courses. Ang resulta, jobs mismatch. As one social observer has put it, we have become a republic of tambays with college rings. As of last October, there were 556,000 jobless college graduates, 6 times the size of our army. Hence the fitting term, Army of the Unemployed. Pero hindi naman dapat manatili na ang Facebook status mo ay forever unemployed. If you can't land a job, then create your own. If you can't be employed, then be an entrepreneur. Better yet, be an entrepreneur and create jobs in the process. By creating jobs, but creating jobs is not your job alone. It is also the job of those whom you have chosen from applicants in our triennial national job fairs, otherwise called elections. In the Senate, Senator Bam Aquino and I are crafting a Go Negosyo Jobs Act that will reduce taxes, cut red tape, trim bureaucratic requirements, provide training, offer financing for startups. But these are not ready-mix, just add water formula. which will create instant jobs or businesses in a jiffy. However extensive the provisions of the Negosyo Jobs Act bill may be, these are only supporting equities to what you possess. To be honest, it will not be a catalog of dole-outs, but more a listing of helping hands. It will show you where to get incentives and instruction, though not of the monetary kind alone. The latter is important because the important investment to be made in an enterprise is not only on the capital, but on the training of the entrepreneur. And you can find that good training and assistance in Negosyo. As a politician, I can only offer words. The likes of Joey Concepcion are the ones who can show you the way and offer wisdom. Whatever your plans are, pursue it with vigor, because there is no substitute for hard work. With virtue, because it pays to be honest. And with vision, because no business thrives without foresight. Those are the 3 V's. In my case, I have a 4th V, and that is Governor V. My point is that it is easier to chase your dreams if you have the love of your life at your side to inspire you. Again, thank you. Maraming sa inyo, salamat sa inyo lahat. May God bless you and may God bless the Philippines. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Senator. Thank you. Senator, dito lang po muna tayo. Ayan po, Senator, uminom po muna kayo. Yan po ay may pagmamahal. Tatanggap po tayo ng mga questions. Naku, Senator, ito palang pakiramdam pagka may senador sa tabi nyo. Senator, I'm a barangay captain. Hindi ho, Senator. Opo, taga Batangas ho kami, mga lubrin po. Opo. Yan po. O, yan po, magtatanong po para kay Senator.
Okay.
Kuha tayo ng tanong, wag lang tayo makakuha na magsasabi. Pwede mo bang pakiulit ang speech?
Okay.
Pagod na si Senator. Ayan.
Luis, okay. Ano ang tanong mo para kay Senator?
Well, how does the government see the startup scenes in the Philippines?
Yung
Nandito
mga
po siya.
startups. Okay. Andito po si Luis.
Ayan,
Ang
oh.
tanong niya po ay, paano nakakatulong at ano nakikita?
Ano yung nakikita ng gobyerno sa startup scene sa Philippines?
Startup scene sa Philippines. Yan yung mga uso ngayon, mga startups.
Katulad nung nabanggit ko kanina, sa katunayan, pagkatapos ng forum na ito, meron kaming session sa Senado ngayon at tatapusin yung Negosyo Jobs Act of 2014. No? Kasama na dyan yung financing, credit, at saka startup para sa mga micro, small, medium enterprises. So marami tayong government financial institutions katulad ng DBP at Land Bank na sa tingin ko ay dapat mag-intervene sa merkado, DBP para tumulong sa mga micro, small, medium enterprises at hindi makipagkompetensya sa mga BDO, BPI at Metrobank na universal bank. Dapat ang kanyang tutugunan lang ay yung micro, small, medium enterprises at mga lokal na pamalaan. Ang land bank naman, dapat, ang tutugunan niyan ay yung pangangailangan ng mga magsasaka. At hindi rin dapat makipagkompetensya sa BDO, Metrobank at BPI. No? Yan ang dahilan kung bakit may mga government financial institutions tayo to intervene in the market dahil yung mga ilang pribadong universal bank ay hindi magagawa yun at hindi profitable sa kanila. So, katulad ng nabanggit ko, aayusin din natin, inaayos natin ngayon yung mga batas tungkol dyan para makatulong sa ating mga negosyante o gustong magtayo ng mga negosyo?
Well, another question. Well, different naman siya sa startup scene.
Opo, siguro bago po na ipatuloy, sir, upo po na tayo. Kunyari po may banal na
Okay
misa.
lang, okay lang.
Dito daw po, kailangan daw po nakaupo
Sige.
ba kami? O, tatay, upo na lang
Okay
kami mamaya. Ayan, sige, tuloy mo na.
Don't worry, komportable naman ako
Okay naman po
nakatayo.
kayo, opo.
Well, previously kasi merong hackathon na nangyari regarding the data, open data regarding sa government. Ano naman yung pinaka insight or kung ano yung action ng government regarding it?
If I understand you correctly, baka ang tanong mo ay tungkol sa freedom of information ba?
Yes.
Oh. Yan ay tinatalakay din natin sa Senado ngayon. Palagay ko, sa loob ng 2 buwan, ito yung 2 batas na may papasa bago kami matapos ng, at least in the Senate, bago mag-break ang Senado ng March 25. Itong freedom of information, napapanoon na, at itong amendment sa mga micro, small, medium enterprise act.
Alright, thank you, Senator.
Salamat
Thank you,
sa
Luis.
inyong katanungan.
Ayan,
Okay.
sino pa po? May magtatanong pa po. Ayan, ito, Shala, meron pa dyan. Tapatan natin ng ilaw, kasi Senator, maputi, kahit walang ilaw, kita.
Oh, sorry naman, ito
Tapatan-
na, magpapakita
Oo,
na.
Hindi, okay lang. Pag maitim ka, at least hindi ka dumihin.
Oh, exactly.
Papagpagang ka lang.
Okay, next question. Anong pangalan po natin?
John.
Okay, John, anong question natin?
I've been waiting for so many years to ask this question to you sa mga senators.
This is your chance.
And it's my chance.
Ayusin mo.
Ayusin ko naman. Actually, I'm from the school of AUP. And
From
I have 3 questions.
A-B-E.
AUP.
Sorry.
AUP.
Pasensya na.
Sobra ng A lang.
Okay.
3 questions. Is it okay to have a 3 questions po? Okay lang po ba?
Okay.
Pwedeng apat
First
pa.
question mo na yon. You have 2
First
more.
question mo na. Next
Okay.
question. Ang bilis, Senator,
Okay.
ha?
Bilis na, okay.
Does the government really support entrepreneurship in our country?
I think the government can do more. So, laging kulang. But in addition to that, palagay ko, really business should be private sector led. Ang trabaho ng gobyerno is to provide the environment for business to thrive. No? And if there's a failure in the market, trabaho ng pamahalaan to intervene in that market as well. Yan ang aking pananaw tungkol sa bagay na yan. So directly, nakakatulong ba ang pamahalaan? I'm sure meron, pero kulang. At kung kaya natin pinalalakas yung ating mga institusyon para makatulong sa ating mga mangangalakal at mga entrepreneur.
Thank you, Senator. Bukang may pahabol pang question.
Next question.
Last one na. Okay, sabi mo
Sorry,
3 eh.
kuya, last one na. Balikan na lang next year.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, because I've encountered one school, isang international school siya, sa South, na they're really promoting entrepreneurship. Na even iba yung course mo, you're taking nursing, you're taking architecture, you're taking engineering, there's one subject na require entrepreneurship subject because they want to promote entrepreneurship na kahit nakapag-ipon sa pag-employee, yung estudyante, gusto nila i-promote na magnegosyo pa rin in the future. Can it be a law in the Philippines na bawat school magkaroon sana ng isang subject entrepreneurship if we really want to promote entrepreneurship in our country? Just one subject.
I agree with you. Dapat iturong nga natin. At yun ang sinabi ko sa aking speech kanina o mensahe sa inyo na kailangan mag-umpisa yan sa elementary at sa high school.
Okay, so agree naman si Senator sa'yo. Happy ka na? Oh,
Thank you.
nakalamang ka na, upo ka na.
Thank you. Maraming
meron
salamat.
ka. Thank you. Ganda
Oh.
pala. Ang ganda ng tindig namin ni Senator, parang before and after. Lutang na lutang ako eh.
I will have to
Pero
run
sigurado
over.
ka ba, taga Batangas ka talaga?
Yes, sir. Opo. Dati pong congressman yung lolo ko doon.
Ganun ba?
Congressman Lubrin.
Okay,
Opo.
sige po.
Kaya may dugong
Anong
puli-
bayan mo?
Lipa po.
Lipa mismo?
Lipa, opo, sir.
O, pareho
Marami ho
tayo.
kaming lupain doon. Na-bankrupt lang ho kami.
Opo.
Marami ho kaming lupa. Sir. Ngayon, nasa kuko na lang ho. Ito na lang. Wala na po natira, Senator. Ayan.
Okay,
Eto po.
Mike, last question from Karen over here. Your question?
Karen over here.
Oh, yun na yung apelido niya, over here. Oh.
Ganda na apelido mo, ha?
Yes, sir. This is all about for startups. It's so hard for us to be sustainable. You see, we have this capitalization, and then we are always imposed on taxes. We are taxed on the gross. We are taxed on the income.
Very good question.
Yes, sir.
Very good question.
I'm really looking forward to what you have said a while ago
Tama.
regarding tax incentives and tax breaks.
Tama.
If you could just hear our voice, can we have
Yes, I am familiar.
two-year tax break,
Yes.
something like that?
I'm very familiar with the problems that you're encountering, no? I am also an entrepreneur, no? I do have businesses myself, no? At napakahirap to comply with so many government requirements at binanggit mo, buwis, taxes. Halimbawa, ang BIR, buwan-buwan, kinakailangan mag-submit ka ng compliance sa VAT requirements. Every quarter, you have to pay your income taxes. Tama ba yun? Napakarami. And then, of course, you have labor issues and many, many others. No? So, that's why we have this law that we're creating as well to simplify. No? Para hindi na pahirapan yung negosyante. There is a cost to compliance also. Hindi dapat pinahihirapan ng pamahalaan ang ating mga negosyante, the people who create jobs in the first place. No? So the idea is to simplify these procedures and processes and to exempt. Ano yung nakalagay sa panukala nating isa? Pag ang gross sales mo ay 3 million pababa, hindi mo na kailangan magbayad ng income tax o ng VAT, halimbawa. Ha?
Wow.
You do not even have to pay the minimum wage law, but you must pay for the SSS, Pag-ibig, and PhilHealth of your employee.
Yeah.
No? So, isa yan sa mga halimbawa na nakapaloob dito nga sa Negosyo Jobs Act na tinatalakay natin sa Senado. So we feel what you're saying, napakahirap to comply. Instead of you thinking of how to improve your business and to create more jobs in the process and to sell more, you spend so much time on compliance. Di ba? So yes, we feel for you, and we will try to make it easier for our entrepreneurs, especially startup companies.
Thank you po. Napakaganda nun. Yes, ma'am, over here.
Looking forward po. Thank
Looking
you.
forward.
Yes, thank you very much.
Totoo yun, Senator. Hindi, kasi ako nga ngayon nasa showbiz ako, habang lumataas ako, tumataas din yung BIR ko. Sumusunod si Kim eh. Yan. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you very much.
For
Maraming
Ayan
salamat
po,
sa inyo.
Senator Ralph Recto. Sir, we would like to have
Kung sakaling meron pa kayong dagdag na katanungan, pwede kayo pumunta sa Facebook ko at pwede kayo magtanong din at we promise that we will reply to your questions.
Wow.
Thank you
Facebook
very
na
much.
rin, no?
Oo nga. Thank you very much,
Thank you
Senator.
very much, Honorable Senator Ralph Recto.
We would like to have
salamat.
a photo
Of
opportunity.
course, we'd like to invite you, Senator, to do a little photo
Sir Joey
of course.
Sermon. Siyempre, I would like to thank Senator for feeling what we feel, thinking what we think, and saying what we say. Thank you, Senator.
Uy, totoo yan. Magandang question at maraming salamat kay Senator at nasagot niya yan, no?
Oo.
Common problema yan.
Malaki kaya tax ko.
Ibig sabihin, sikat ka
Oo,
naman.
kaya ayoko na nga magpalagay ng billboard eh.
Mas napapansin, no?
Nag-usap nga kami ni Manny Pacquiao kung anong pakiramdam niya.
Yun na rin ba nararamdaman natin?
Malapit na, mga 2 days na lang.
Pagkatapos neto.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Senator Ralph Recto, palakpakan po natin siya. Nagbigay ng oras at nagsagot sa mga katanungan ninyo. Thank you very much. And of course, Sir Joey Concepcion, still here joining us. Ngayon naman,
Ayan,
Brother
nakita mo
Mike,
na. Binulong ko na kay Senator. Sabi ko, Senator, baka nang pwedeng ibang tax ko, kayo na magbayad. Ikakarga ko
pumayag
na lang.
naman, pumayag
Sabi niya,
naman.
medyo nabingi ako eh. Nagkaroon na kapansanan
Hindi ko
bigla.
Mike,
Yes.
dahil kumanta ka kanina, nag-show ka kanina, papahingayin na kita ngayon.
Yes, dapat lang. Pwede na ba ako umuwi?
Pwede pa, hindi pa,
May
hindi pa.
taping ako eh.
Bawal
Sige.
pa, bawal pa. Palakpakan po natin si Mike. Sasamahan
See you
natin.
again.
He will be joining us in a while. But first, gagawin na natin ang ating forum dito kung saan makikilala ninyo ang iba't ibang mga technopreneurs na pinangako namin sa inyo. And then later on, mag-open forum po tayo. Kayo mismo makakatanong, iba-ibang mga negosyo to kung saan naihalo nila ang pagiging technopreneur nila. So sana marami kayong matutunan. But first, syempre kailangan ko pa rin ng tulong. Tatawagin ko ang isang I would consider him a technopreneur himself. He has been, ayan, no other than Vince Golanco, who has over 10 years of international experience in marketing, advertising, and creative writing. He's also currently the publisher of WhenInManila.com. Vince Golanco to join me. Palakpakan po natin siya. Yung mga nakikita nyo sa Twitter, Facebook, tingnan ninyo, at When in Manila. Ayan. Marami kayong makikita mga news, where to travel, pictures, kung ano-ano. Siyempre, hindi na kita pinapasalita. Hello, Vince!
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Madami tayong matututunan this afternoon because a lot of the speakers na aakyat dito, they were students themselves once before. They were young entrepreneurs, walang kaalam-alam, but somehow they found a way to succeed.
That's right. Oftentimes, pag nakikita nating successful na isang entrepreneur, kaya niya yan kasi marami na siyang pera nung simula. Ay, hindi naman nagsimula sa maliit yan. Well, today you will find out otherwise. Very inspiring stories. But before we call them up, don't forget to use your hashtag FTS3 for our summit today. Kahit ako nababasa ko yung mga nilalagay nyo, very inspiring as well. Thank you for that. Please continue to add on that. Use your FB and your Twitter. Alright, simulan na natin ngayon. Forum 2!
Okay, so we're going to call up some of the entrepreneurs we have with us today. Up first, I'd like to call up Mr. Iba Bernardo. After graduating from De La Salle University, he spent the last 14 years as an IT entrepreneur. He is the founder and CEO of Sari Software Solutions, a platform, systems, and mobile application startup that aims to leverage technology to empower the largest but undeserved socio-economic sectors of society known as the base of the pyramid or the BOP. He is the founder of several companies such as eMotion, Animation, and Mowanima, which services the creative and business process outsourcing industry. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Ibrahim Iba Bernardo.
Good afternoon, Sir Iba. He'll be joining us here in a bit. Also to join our panel, the Philippine Robotics team, consisting of 112 elementary and high school students, joined the 2013 World Robotics Olympiad that was held at Jakarta, Indonesia, with 400 competing teams across 36 countries worldwide. They were bested by a team of Filipino students from Dr. Yangas College Incorporated. The DYCI team composed of King Olgado, Ana, 14 years old to Ann Raz, 14 years old then, and Mr. Ray Allen Infante, 12 years old. They invented 3 robots named Robot Drone, Protect Robot Drone, and Protect Robot Backpack. Get to know Protect Robot Backpack, ladies and gentlemen, Ray Allen Infanta. And dala natin yung sample ng robot. Pakita natin.
In fact, yung robot na mag-host bababa na kami.
Oh, ayan na. Makabago na. Huwag naman sana mawala tayo ng trabaho na maaga.
That's how advanced they are now.
Alright, awesome. Pangalawa pa lang yan. Who else do we have, Vince?
We have Brian Koo. He graduated from the Ateneo de Manila University with a degree in management engineering and later on studied at the National University of Singapore. He chose to join the world of entrepreneurship in 2012 when he co-founded Zalora Philippines and helped it grow into the #1 fashion site in the country. He left in the mid-2013 and co-founded Grab Taxi Philippines, Southeast Asia's largest taxi booking.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mr. Brian Koo.
please join us here on stage. Ngayon, iba na Kung dati-dati, paano pumara ng taxi, kakaway-kaway? Ngayon, gamit ang cellphone mo, you can actually find a cab and make sure it's safe as well.
Exactly. So your app can tell you saan may malapit na taxi
Exactly.
sa'yo.
Malalaman mo kung nasaan pa.
Kilala mo pa yung
Ayun.
driver, may profile.
Good
so it's a new
afternoon.
thing that you guys need to try out. Mas safe siya.
Ito, sikat na to Super sikat na Dati, kung mamamalengke tayo at naghahanap ng gamit kung saan-saan pa pumupunta. Tapos nauna ang US. Ngayon naman ang Pilipino, nako, dahil sa kanya, marami na tayong nabibili at nabebenta. A mechanical engineer who graduated from the University of the Philippines, Diliman, he changed his career and became a freelance web developer, ending up creating the most visited local website in the country. Co-founder and managing director of, ito alam nyo to, sulit.com.ph. He is also a Go Negosyo awardee and was featured in 50 Inspiring Young Entrepreneurs. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. RJ David.
I'm sure everyone knows him. Every time they search for anything
Oo
they need
naman.
online, that website comes out there. Very, very popular. But lots more important people coming up. Here we go. Up next, we have Gian Scotty Havelona. He was only in his third year at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines when he started the first school mobile portal application and soon after became the 20-year-old co-founder and chief visionary officer of Orange Apps, Inc. He is a visionary who wants to change people's lives by building revolutionary products, making his first company, Orange Apps, Inc., funded by the leading incubator in the country, Idea Space Foundation, Microsoft Corporation, and other angel investors from the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Gian Scotty Havelona.
Good afternoon. Ang babata ng mga kasama natin ngayon, Vince.
Bata din tayo.
Oh, tayo rin pala. Kasama pa tayo doon. She has a degree in sociology from UP Diliman, where she is also pursuing graduate studies. She serves as the chief of staff to the CEO Gus Vibal of Vibal Group and program director of Vibal Foundation. She enables new business, product development, philanthropic and operational initiatives in Vibal Group. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Christine Mandigma is also with us here this morning. Miss Christine, good afternoon. Ayon.
There you go. Round of applause for Miss Christine Mandigma. Also with us is Marx Melencio. He created in 2013 an adaptive web accessibility tool for users of assistive software like blind and visually impaired persons, which was downloaded by more than 1,000 users 2 weeks upon soft launch. He has been totally blind for more than 10 years now, but that did not stop him to be awarded as one of the inspiring Go Negosyo entrepreneurs in 2008. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Marx Melencio.
Good afternoon. Very inspirational lahat ng makakasama natin ngayon. He is a BS Industrial Engineering graduate from the University of the Philippines in Diliman and the president and CEO of Exist, a software engineering and technology service company with world-class innovation in the enterprise software, web and mobile applications market. He is also the president of DevCon Foundation, a non-profit organization that aims to showcase the IT Pinoy talent through unconferences, geek-ups, and bootcamps. Interesting. From Exist.com, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jerry Rapes. Malapit na makumpleto, Vince.
Yeah, very exciting. Lots of smart people on stage. Anyway, up next we have Aurora Soriano. After graduating from the Mapua Institute of Technology, she worked at the long-distance telephone business Radio Communications of the Philippines, RCPI, also with Bayantel, Globe Telecom, and Smart Communications. Currently, she is the founder and CEO of that. It's the first web and mobile app in the Philippines that allows you to buy provincial bus tickets online instead of physically going to the bus stations to buy in advance. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Aurora Soriano.
Good afternoon, Miss Aurora. Ito naman, after completing his Bachelor in Arts degree in Economics at the Ateneo de Manila University in 2000, he entered the Asian Institute of Management in 2003 for his MBA degree, where he majored in marketing. He previously taught entrepreneurship in the Asian Institute of Management, Assumption College, De La Salle University, and Ateneo de Manila University Graduate School of Business under the ACE Center for Entrepreneurship and Management Excellence. He is also a trainer and an angelpreneur of Go Negosyo, which allows him to reach and spread entrepreneurship to more people around the country. Aside from being an advocate of entrepreneurship, he is also an entrepreneur. He is a co-owner of Mindfunk Incorporated, the organizers of Why Not, forums and is in the process of launching a new online business called GoSee, www.thegosee.com. He is also part of the new company, ang rami, Mobcard. Currently, he's the director of Let's Go Foundation, a non-profit, non-stock organization advocating entrepreneurship. Ladies and gentlemen, our resident angelpreneur, Mr. Carlo Calimon. Busy talaga kayo, sir. Arami niyo pala tang ginagawa. All right.
Yeah, I think that's everyone right now. So let me move to the corner of the stage so that you guys can make sure. Before we begin, I think it's very important that because there's so many things, ang dami nilang ginawa, ang haba ng intro nila, maybe we can give them a 1-minute moment to share what their current business is so that the students can better know what they're doing right now. So maybe we can start at the far corner. Sir, please tell students real quick, what is your current venture right now?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Carlo. My current venture is called Mobcard. Essentially, what we do is we digitize all of your privileged cards, and we give the merchants the ability to create real-time and location-based promotions. So with that, all of you are always informed about the privileges and promos that are due to you, so that you can always avail of discounts and a lot of freebies. So that's my current business now.
Alright, thank you, Carlo. Ito naman. Hi, Allen! Oh, dahil magka-age tayo, halika. May papakita. Kami talaga magtatabi. May papakita ka ba sa amin ngayon? Okay. First of all, congratulations and thank you for representing the Philippines. Palakpakan naman po. Ibang klase rin ang nagawa ninyo. How old are you now?
12 years old.
12! 2 years apart lang tayo. Okay. Allen, anong papakita mo sa atin ngayon? This is one of the things that you made and presented?
Yes, ma'am.
Wag naman, ma'am, parang teacher. Okay. Allen, what do you have here right now?
We have here is our protection and promotion robot that can help us in protecting and promoting our beloved World Heritage, the Banawe Rice Terraces.
Wow! And how will that robot actually do that?
For this robot, this is a rover robot. It is a protection. It is a part of our protection program in our Banawe Rice Terraces. It has surveillance camera for the monitoring of the place and a device that emits sound wave that can deter pests, rats, and insects that can kill the crops in the Banawe. And it has automatically LED lights that can guide when it's roaming around the Banawe Rice Terraces. And lastly, it has a robotic arm that can grab samples of rice grains and put it there in the compartment bin where it's in the front of.
Wow! In other words, agriculture help to, di ba? Okay, let's see how it works a little bit. Para alam nila totoo. May batteries ka ba? Okay. How does it work? So, you said surveillance camera.
Surveillance camera. It's the video was feed by the control center that is in the barangay or in the monitoring person in the Banawe Rice Terraces.
Allen, siguro simple lang yung question ko. Okay. Kayo lang nag-assemble neto? Kayong team lang na kayo na...
Yes, ma'am.
Palakpakan naman natin si Allen. What made you think about actually directing this kind of technology to help our Banawe Rice Terraces?
Because four of the theme of this year is promoting and protecting our world heritage. We did not focus there because of just winning, but also helping our people living in the Banawe to promote and protect it and to help them to show to the other people that Philippines has the real beauty of nature.
Real beauty of nature. All right, thank you, Allen. We'll see more of your robot later on. Dapat nakinig ako sa science class ko dati.
2 years apart, 2 years apart.
Okay.
Congratulations, wow. This is amazing. Anyway, we're gonna meet more of the people on stage. Up next, we're gonna ask Miss Christine Mandigma about what she's up to nowadays.
So, I work for a 60-year-old startup called Vibal. I think most of you will be familiar with the name. Kung sino pong gumamit dito ng Vibal Publishing textbooks, their elementary and high school years. Taas po yung kamay. Sino nag-Vibal textbook dito? So you can see a lot of hands going up. So that's what we are. But in the past 3 years, we've transitioned to a technology company as well. So currently, we've been building applications and platforms for digital education in schools, since more and more Philippine schools are using tablets in classrooms. So we currently have a 200,000 tablet install base nationwide, all using e-textbooks.
Okay, my name's Jerry. I actually am from Cebu, so I live in Cebu. I just work in Manila quite a bit. Exist.com is a software development company. So we build software for the largest hospitals in the Philippines. We build software for the largest banks here and the largest retail chain in Jakarta, one of the large telcos in Singapore. So we're a service company. We build solutions for the enterprise. And it's very interesting to be here today because our biggest requirement, or I'd say talent, comes from the engineering graduates all over the Philippines. So I'm really excited to be here today.
Thank you so much, sir. Ms. Aurora?
Hi, I'm Al Soriano from PinoyTravel.com.ph. If you want to go to Baguio, Tuguegarao, or Baler and want to buy your ticket in advance, you go to our site and you can buy the tickets right from our site. So, mas madali nang pumunta sa Baguio kaysa pumunta sa Hong Kong.
And we're going to ask Mr. Mark Smilencio. Sir, please introduce.
Hi, I'm Mark Smilencio, founder and marketing communication strategist of our 9-year-old company, Grayscale. I'm an ICT consultant. I formulate business development plans, product development campaigns, and I also implement them. I use my company's resources. We build all kinds of campaigns. I make things happen. I build the software products for our very prominent global software corporate clients. We build software, we market it for them, we build their content for their websites. And right now, our current venture is we're building multilingual tech support teams. So we need Japanese-speaking agents, we need German-speaking agents, and we need French-speaking agents as of now. That's
All right.
it.
Thank you, sir. Sir Iba?
Hi, I'm Iba Bernardo, and what we're trying to do is something a little crazy and a little awesome. We're trying to bring sari stores in the base of the pyramid online by using affordable Android devices and giving them business tools and connecting them.
When you say sari store, sir, what is actually being sold online? Or what is the platform in itself?
We're using Android,
Okay.
and we're working with Hapinoy to bring Android devices to sari stores because these are really, really affordable. You can get a great one for 6,000 pesos. They're connected, they're easy to use, and they're really powerful computers.
Correct. Wonderful. All right. Next.
Hi everyone, my name is Gianna Villona. I'm 20 years old and I'm the CEO of Orange Apps Incorporated. And our vision is to change the way the world learns. That's why we're solving a problem that we wanted all of you guys to be employable. The main value proposition of education is employment. And I know all of you guys right now are wondering, pagka-graduate ko, saan ako pupunta? Pag nag-work ba ako, fit ba yung skill ko ngayon sa trabahong pagpapasukan ko? And we wanted to bridge that gap. And right now, we're currently developing the product, and we call it Kauna. And because all of you guys has a role in this country, has a vital role in this country in order to make this country successful.
All right. Thank you. Teka lang, ito, yung susunod, kailangan pa ba? Binili na ba kayo ng Google, sir? Hindi pa naman. Of course, RJ David of sulit.com.ph. O, sige na.
Hi.
Kahit kilalang kilala na.
I'm RJ David, founder of Sulit. In Sulit, we believe in a simple thing that everything sells. Lahat na ibebenta. That's why we're making it very easy and very fast for every Filipino to sell their pre-lab items online.
All right. And how about you, Sir Brian?
Hi everyone, my name is Brian Koo. I'm the Managing Director of Grab Taxi Philippines. So what we do in Grab Taxi is to make sure you get to where you want to go safely and quickly by 2 taps on your phone. So you book a taxi with your smartphone.
I know a lot of friends using that already. Okay, ako muna, Vince, ha?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Aaminin ko, ako mismo, Microsoft Excel lang, hindi ko pa rin makabisado ang formula. Okay? Pagdating sa pagiging techie, marami pa rin sa amin, kasama rin ako doon. Medyo, ay, nakakatakot, okay? I guess one thing with technopreneurship is people often think that when you get into startup companies, you have to have deep pockets. Kaya nga startup yan, di ba? Can someone tell us the story of how it went for you? Kailangan ba talaga malalim ang bulsa para yung mga testing days, yung mga trial and error period? Totoo ba yun? Anyone? Oh, yes.
So in Sulit, 8 years ago, we started the company with 2,400 pesos.
Pakiulit, sir.
With
2,000?
400 pesos.
2,400 pesos. Eh, magkano na kayo ngayon? Wag na natin pag-usapan. Baka may BIR. O, sige.
Yeah, but of course, it requires a lot of patience and hard work for my wife and I. The good thing with online is there's a way that you can actually run the company lean, in a sense that you don't need a lot of funds. Well, we believe in startup that you can actually do a lot of experiments, what we call MVPs, or the minimum viable product. Once you create a minimum viable product, you are going to test it for the users, and then you will learn something. From that learning, that's where you will now know if you need to persevere with the product that you're doing, or you need to pivot or change the product. The good thing with online is you can reach a lot of users instantly. Unlike if you're doing it offline, it's actually a little harder. So that's why we were able to grow the company with just a very small capital.
In other words, kaya. Okay, anyone else? Yes, sir.
On my night job, I also helped build an organization called DevCon, or Developers Connect, which is really an aggregation of students and technologists who want to learn more and become better technologists. No? And we always tell them that the biggest asset in a startup is what's between your ears. So if you guys know what it is, so it's your brain.
Andito yon, gitna
It's your
yan.
brain power that's most important in a startup. You have to generate ideas. You have to know where you're going. You have to work hard. No, money, you will need it, but I don't think that that's the only thing. Because if it's the only thing, you just go traditional business. No, you can go get a loan in the bank. You're collateralized. In a startup world, it's not run that way. So I think it's very important that everybody in this room realize that you can be a startup owner. You just have to understand what's running through your brain.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'd like to lend a different perspective because Vibal is not a startup in any traditional sense. We're an old company. It was founded in 1955. It's a 60-year-old company. But I believe that even in a traditional business, you can still engender a startup culture or a startup mentality, which is very important. For example, Vibal has always been in publishing and in printing. But in the past 3 years, we've been confronted with a lot of very drastic and radical challenges in our market because more and more our students are using mobile devices. Teachers are migrating to Facebook and Twitter, and they're not asking for printed textbooks anymore because they're exposed to TV, media, and the printed book just wasn't cutting it. So at the time, we were confronted with the challenge, how do we migrate from a very old line business into a business that can deliver digital content and services to Philippine schools?
So you guys have gone online already?
We had to do it. We had to form a technology company within the belly of a very old company. And of course, the technology company's culture is very different from the culture of a traditional business-oriented company.
How many years na po, ma'am?
This is 2 years.
2 years already,
Yeah.
okay.
You needed to hire developers. So imagine engineers living side by side with printing people, manufacturing-oriented, in a manufacturing-oriented culture. How do you transfer that sense of innovation and the startup mentality to the rest of the company? It was just a matter of grafting an old business into a new business into an old business, but transforming the new business as well. So I guess the message in Vibal's use case is you can be an old company and you can still start up. You can still restart yourself. That the reinvention can happen even if you don't put up your own company. You can still be working for an old company, but there's always the seeds of reinvention inside.
All right. I think innovation is the keyword. Yes, sir, Marks?
Well, Cherry Melencio, my wife and I, we started with absolutely nothing. I don't come from a rich family, in fact. I was abandoned by both my parents when I was 14, so imagine that. No, I was hustling the streets and everything. And I became permanently blind, totally, 10 years ago. So no company wanted to hire me. So I discussed things with my wife, with Cherry, and we decided to create our own opportunities. We decided to create our own company, and that's what we did. In fact, when I started developing business development campaigns for our clients, these are multinational software companies, I was building on no official fundamental knowledge about that. I was just analyzing everything and working on certain concepts and building things as I go along. I studied things as I went along, and it worked. Our first break was when the product development campaign and the marketing campaign that I formulated and implemented for one of our clients, they're a prominent software company in Canada. It became the world's best-selling software product in that industry. So we started with nothing because we used their advanced deposits, you know. We use their funds.
Round of applause for Sir Marks. Wow. Ito naman from nothing. Natalo yung 2,400 mo, sir. Okay.
Those are the inspiring stories. Yung mga galing sa wala or a few thousand lang, they're able to build these businesses that are thriving today.
That's right. You know, we have a lot of good talent when it comes to technology. You know, as you can see, we have Alan over here. We have wonderful sino dito engineering? Taas ng kamay. Oh, ayan. Ito na ang future ninyo. Probably, no? Marami tayong talent. We have it here. Am I right? I believe so because all of you are here with me right now on stage. But the thing is, oftentimes, it's so easy to get discouraged. Nangyayari yan. I hear a lot of people, medyo, sige, imbes na magnegosyo, iba yung nangyayari. Yung nasasayang yung course rin nila, yung talent nila. Pero passion nila yun, ha? Passion nila yun. How is it for you? Was it really difficult to get into this type of technopreneurship? Iba to eh. Anyone? Yes.
With us, when I started my company, I was a student in PUP. And then ako rin, hindi ko alam ano mangyari sa akin after I finished my 3 years. And then nakala ko ano na lang work na pwede kong pasukan. And then I have this passion really to create a company. And I wanted to beat Apple one day, so I named my company Orange Shops. And dati pangarap lang yun.
Kinalaban mo ang Apple through oranges. Okay, good.
And then like last year, si Sir RJ David, sabi niya sa akin, one day gusto ko kasama na ito sa stage. And then right now, I'm also here. I'm also a student like everyone.
Wow, palakpakan naman natin. Kailan yon? Anong year yon?
It's last year.
Last year lang, ngayon nandito ka na.
Yeah. And one thing yung discourage, it's really true because hindi madali magkaroon ng startup. It's like a roller coaster ride. And one thing na masasabi ko is you really need to have a great team. Building a company is like building a family. You need to have the word chemistry. And kahit ano pang downtimes yan, you need to have a people supporting you. And the advisors, the mentors, like Idea Space. So yung teammates, mahalaga yun, yung factor na yun.
Nasa tao yung resources nila. Alright.
Yeah, anyway, when you're building your business, pagkatapos ng mga 5 years, 10 years, madami kang natututunan. You learn a lot from building that business. So I wanted to ask the people here, ano yung wish mong alam mo 5 years ago or 10 years ago when you started your business
si Iba,
that you know now? So Iba.
I wish that, and we were talking about this earlier, I wish I had failed bigger, younger.
Failed? Oh, wait, iba yan. Iba wishes that he had failed bigger, younger. Okay.
Explain.
Kasi kami, the way we create our technology, it's really about little failures. No? Imagine nyo, 65-year-old nanay, gagamit ng Android phone, and she's never used the computer. The first time ginawa namin yon, it took her 3.5 hours to do 7 steps na kaya nyo in 2 minutes. Now, we failed 30 times. That means ginawa namin 30 times yung application. It'll take a 65-year-old nanay, on average, mga 5 to 8 minutes to do 12 steps. ang daming failure yon, pero ang daming learning. Ako, sana, if I knew this is the path that I would take, maaga pa lang, ang dami ko ng baksak para matuto ako. Kasi mas mahirap pag matanda ka na eh. So pare, I wish that you have more failures
You
to
fail
come.
more.
And then, and you also. Kasi you learn from that eh.
Seriously speaking, thank you for that. That's a wonderful insight as well. Yes, Sir Carlo.
I guess for me, back in the day, I wish I had entrepreneurship as a subject when I was younger. Because in essence, I had to learn a lot of it on my own, right? Or through business school, but it wasn't really entrepreneurship. You learn about the basic management principles, but it doesn't really teach you how to start your own business. And I remember the basic skills of like selling, right? Dati bawal sa school yun eh. I don't know if it's allowed now, but before, kapag ka nagbebenta ka sa school, bibigyan kang violation report or you might even be kicked out just because of selling stuff. And I used to do that when I was in grade school. No? But right now, I'm hoping that the education system would allow for more productive or creative environment to allow kids to learn that particular skill. And I wish that was something that was honed in me way back. I guess everybody's fortunate now that as early as high school, you're already being taught entrepreneurship. But we'd never had that before.
All right, thank you. Oh yeah, two more.
Sir Carlo, ano bibenta mo nung high school? Baka mas mura ka sa supplier ko.
In the case of Pinoy travel, as mentioned by Gian kanina, when you're creating a team, para ka nagkikreate ng pamilya mo. And ideally, lahat ng mga skill sets na kailangan nyo dun sa team na yon, it should be there. Nung nag-umpisa kami, puro kami mga technology people. Ako, medyo marketing. Ang na-miss out namin is yung sales skills. So if I can go back a year from now when we started, sana nag-invite kami ng isang shareholder na magaling talaga sa sales. Kasi syempre, as in any business, syempre pag nag-create mo na yung produkto mo, somebody has to go out para magbenta dun sa target market mo. So ang nangyayari ngayon, we're now hiring a person to provide that skill set. And then kaming mga founders, napipilitan talaga kaming lumabas para magbenta sa aming mga kliyente. In our case, ang kailangan lapitan namin are the bus companies kasi we need to convince them na sumali sila sa aming online store.
All right, sir.
Ako, I wish I never stopped writing code.
Come again?
I wish I never stopped writing code.
Oh.
Kasi I'm probably the most senior person in this stage right now. So when I entered UP, that was the very first year computer science was offered. So I worked in a computer as big as this stage in punch cards on a language known as Fortran. The last line of code I wrote was when I worked in Accenture when it wasn't called Accenture yet, on a language called COBOL. So from then, it was sort of downhill.
Maraming nakaka-relate dito.
Kaya, for you guys, please don't stop learning new technologies and writing code. I think if you look at the top 15 jobs globally, number 1 is software development. And then there are 5 out of the 15 best jobs in the world are all in computers. So don't lose that skill, don't lose that edge. There will come a time when it's more difficult for you to catch up. So don't let that happen to you. Because in our business, you need to know what's happening, what's trending. But at the same time, all your basic training in the past, they actually are relevant. Technology is just a tool. The discipline is always going to be there. I just wish I practiced it a little bit more.
All right, Alan?
When I was in elementary, I wish I was a hero. I wish I had powers that can save our country. But now, robotics told me that not having powers will help our country. But in simple ways, in simple playing toys, you think of what we did. We help our country by winning and helping our country so that we can kaya nating tapatan yung ibang countries na hindi tayo kinukutya within sa ating mga kayang gawin.
Galing. Ayoko na, alis na ako, naya na ako sarili ko.
Actually, Ray Allen, can I ask you, because there's 2 robots up here, can you give us a sample of the second one, this backpack?
Ako, I wish I was in high school again.
So this backpack, again, this is the promotional robot backpack. First thing, this robot has pockets, secure card access compartments. We have navigator's kit and we have quick fix kit on the other side. Then we have extra kits for your food and valuables. Then at the back, you have sensors here. If you touch this, you can access the robotic water bottle. Then at the other button is for the headlamps so that it
Teka lang,
automatically opens.
Alin, ano to? Parang hiking bag na rin to?
Yes. This robot also is a tour guide. It tells you where you are in the Banawe Rice Terraces.
Grabe, ibang klase yan. Thank you, Alin. Hindi, kasi I climb mountains too. Ibang klase yan. Bag na may robot. Ayan na, nag-picture taking na. Okay, we'll leave you there first, Alan, as you show that. But Sir Marks wanted to add on earlier to the question. Sir Marks, would you want to add on to that?
Well, specifically in my case, I wish I would have added a results-based incentive system into the contracts, into my former contracts.
Okay, meaning what? Sige, let's clarify that.
Because like I said earlier, I develop business development campaigns
Correct.
for our clients and also advertising and marketing campaigns. On the internet, it's very easy to track the results of each campaign.
Yes.
And because right now, I already integrate an incentive system where I earn a certain part of commissions for each sale that I generate based from the campaigns that I formulate and implement for my clients.
Ayun.
No, and if I did that back then, well, at the time when my marketing campaigns for this company in Canada became the world's best-selling Windows system registry software cleaner of all time, I would have been, I don't know.
But you know, this is very important. Our technopreneurs here are sharing what they wish they could have done, meaning posibleng regrets or lessons, more importantly,
Exactly.
lessons, para either you avoid them or you learn from them as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
Pa yung mga students dito who are just starting, they learn from these mistakes na and ahead na sila
Correct.
automatically.
Okay.
So before we move on, I want to let everyone know, we will take questions from the crowd as well in a little bit. I'll run out there. So later on, raise your hand and we'll get, so prepare your questions now and we'll come out there and approach you so you can ask your questions
Okay.
to these masters.
I just want to do a test, kasi salita tayo ng salita dito, Technopreneurship, di ba? Malaking word yan. Actually, don't be shy, okay? Who here really knows what a startup is? Taas ng kamay. Alam na alam ang startup. Sino ang medyo, ano pa ang startup? Taas ng kamay. Hindi masyadong sure. O meron pa rin. Huwag na kayo mahiya. Okay. Maybe we should go down a little bit to basics, okay? Sa Amerika, lahat ng laman ng mga, yan, yung malalaking magazines, entrepreneur magazines, yan yung mga content nila, puro mga startup companies na talaga ang bumibida. But maybe we could just backtrack a little bit and let all our guests here know, ano ba talaga ang sinasabing startup? Okay, Brian.
I think for me in the last 2 years, I did 2 startups. What you'll call as a startup.
Malaki ka na
The
eh.
first one was Zalora. Now, the thing with Zalora, even if it was startup, it really started from scratch. But it had large funding. So it later on turned out to be a branch office of a larger organization. Now, but if you look back at what startup to me means, it's really, as the founder, as the person starting it, it's a business where you give it your all. You start from nothing, and you build something out of from nothing. Tsaka bigay na bigay lahat. Talaga buong buhay ibibigay mo. Because its success or its failure rests on your powers to create a business out of that. And as you grow, a lot of people will start depending on you and all that. So a startup can be a simple small sari-sari store that you start up, right? to something as large as Grab Taxi or Zalora?
Because we often hear the word startup, medyo nauuso talaga yan ngayon, no? Kaakibat niya, when it comes to technology, doon siya mas nauuso at pinagdudugtong. Arami ng words eh. May incubator pa, meron pa. Iba-iba yung mga techie words na narinig natin pagdating sa being a technopreneur. So, thank you very much for Brian. Anyone else with ayan, si Sir RJ.
For me, a startup is, the goal of a startup is actually looking for a scalable business model. That's why when you're small, you are actually experimenting a lot of things to figure out what is the business model of the thing that you're doing. Once you find out, you establish your business model, then you're just going to scale it. That's why until now, although Sulit is already 8 years, we still consider ourselves a startup because we're still finding that best scalable business model for us.
Scalable business. All right, that's very helpful also.
Actually, with that, let's go with Eva first.
I agree completely with RJ. Our difficulty, our challenge is not only are we a startup looking for finding a sustainable business model is already a challenge. Finding a sustainable and scalable business model is even harder. But we're also a social enterprise. So it's not really just about finding a sustainable, scalable business model. It's also about how many people do you help. So it's kind of, I don't know, do you guys know what a social enterprise is?
Social enterprise, alam nyo ba yon? Yes.
So hindi lang kami, we're not just out there to make money, we're out there to help people also. May double bottom line kami. Ayan.
Wonderful.
So there you go. Well, with that, this is actually supposed to be the forum on Technopreneurship business models. So since we're talking about business models na, I want to know, tatanong ko, ano ba yung okay na business model online? How can people earn? Is there a best model? Is it kailangan tatayo ka ng sales website? Or is it through social enterprise? Or meron ba kayong advice? Ano yung magandang business model? Or on your personal experience sa models nyo na ginagamit, ano yung maganda, especially for the young ones out there?
Okay, paano nga ba pwedeng pagkakitaan itong nauuso nating mga apps na yan, mga website na yan? Okay, Mama Aurora.
In the case of Pinoy Travel, nag-umpisa kami sa ano ba yung nakikita naming problema. So, yung nakita namin problema ngayon, kung gusto mong pumunta sa Baguio and you want to buy your ticket in advance, pupunta ka pa sa istasyon para bumili ng ticket. Tapos babalik ka na lang kung kailan ka nabibiyahe. So parang 2 beses ka pang nagpunta sa EDSA. And nakigulo ka pa sa traffic, nakidagdag ka pa sa pollution. So, di ba, ang dami na nga natin problema. So it started with a problem, and then we looked at the market. Okay, ano yung kayang gawin ng market? And then we also, we zoom into a particular market segment, which is the youth. So, hindi naman namin, syempre, tatargetin at this point yung mga lolo at mga lola natin na umuwi sa probinsya on a regular basis. So, nung nag-zoom in kami sa youth, nakita namin, okay, ano ba yung ginagawa ng mga youth? So, gusto nilang nagsasurfing. So, gusto nilang nagpupunta sa mga beach. So, gumawa kami ng business model that really focuses on yung mga ganong packages, yung mga destinations, like Baler is one of our best sellers. Tapos, meron ba silang credit card? So when you're targeting the youth, wala silang credit card. So naglagay kami ng mga payment gateways where it allows them to pay online kahit walang credit card. So to us, a business model is something that your particular market can actually understand and has the ability to participate in.
Very well said. That's a very common thing, no? Pag nagtatayo ng negosyo, usually may personal experience yan or naghanap ng problema, gumawa ng solusyon. Yes? It's someone, okay.
Sa case namin, yung business model ng Vibal, previously yung pagbebenta ng libro sa schools was a one-time. Every May or April tuwing enrollment ng parents, kailangang mag-enroll, magbayad ng libro. But when we started shifting to digital content or e-textbooks, nag-discover namin that books had to transform into something like software licenses. So hindi na siya bibili ng one time, big time, the book, I will keep it for the rest of my life. Since the book kept changing, the digital book kept changing. Every year, every 3 months, we had to update it with new media, new tests, news, current news items, what's happening outside the world. So in effect, the licensing model became more flexible for at least in the case of books. So ngayon, may mga schools na sabi nila, we just want to buy your textbook for quarterly subscription. So naging subscription na yung textbooks. Or we want a 1-year license only, or we want a perpetual license, pero may upgrade model. So let's say I start with an English e-textbook this year, tapos meron kaming nilagay na additional videos in a new version of the e-textbook. If they buy a perpetual license, the upgrade is part of the model. So that's how it's happened. For us, it's given us more flexibility also in terms of revenue stream. And also on the part of our schools, mas flexible din sila. They don't need to pay isang bayaran. They can say, I'll just pay you every month or every quarter or every year.
I actually like this, Vince, that you brought it up, no? Yung pangangailangan na yun. How did that happen? Did you go to a sari-sari store and you looked for a cellphone at hindi ka makahanap? Pumunta ka bang Banawe, Allen? At sabi mo, ay walang robot dito. Wala bang taxi? Wala ka bang nakuhang taxi? Saan ba talaga nanggaling yung mga ideas na to? Okay, can anyone else? Yes. Kulang ng orange ba ang Pilipinas? Okay, orange apps.
With us, the story started when I was in Tacloban, bago po yung bagyo.
Wow.
I've seen the hunger of the students there na matuto. Like, all of these people here, I know na may galing pang Cagayan, may galing from Ilocos or different places. Do you guys think na bakit kailangan nyo pa pumunta ng Manila para lang matuto sa mga taong katulad ng mga nandito? Or you can just learn using your phone. And I know every one of you guys will have your own Android phone or smartphone in the future. And our vision really is to make learning available on your fingertips. And our main business model here is that we make education for free. Imagine yung mga tao, like yung mga out of school youth, yung mga hindi nakakapag-aral, ngayon makakapag-aral na. Ako hindi ako marunong sa marketing, sales, or finance, but I need to learn those things. Pero hindi ko alam saan ako pupunta para matutunan yon. So ngayon, gusto namin maging posible yon. And ang mangyayari doon is you can learn for free. And if you want to have a certificate or if you want to attend a paid class, you don't need to go to the school itself. Pero by just using your phone and an SMS load, pwede ka na magbayad ng tuition fee via your load.
Wow, innovation. Yes, Sir Marks.
Yung question kanina tungkol sa aning
May
gusto
pangangailangan.
namin recommend the business model for
Okay,
them
yes.
and what's available there, no? So first, what I recommend is the quickest and simplest would be service outsourcing arbitrage. No, that's what the cool kids call it. No? That's where you offer a service and you post it on the internet, specifically kung saan tumatambay yung mga taong gustong bumili ng ganung service. For instance, writing, web development, software programming. Maraming websites yan, specifically forums. No? So may mga taong pumupunta doon, then punta ka doon, participate, show your expertise. Kung hindi ka naman expert, mag-hire ka ng isang expert para siya yung mag-participate doon. Then you have a cut there, no, for the services. You get the orders of the client, you pass it to your subcontractor, and you get paid. So that's the quickest and simplest. Another way would be after that, after learning the ropes, no? You can start with what the cool kids call affiliate marketing. It's where you sign up as an affiliate of a software company or a product vendor or anything. No? For instance, if you want to sell iPhones, you're passionate in Canon digital cameras, everything. You sign up as an affiliate, you set up a blog, you post it in your Facebook wall, everything with your affiliate link there. You earn commissions for each sale generated. No? So that's just some of the options that are available online.
Very concrete tips. Thank you very much, Iba.
Medyo swerte tayo. Kasi nasa Pilipinas tayo. Napakaraming problema.
Uy, good point.
Diba? With these problems, there will always be an opportunity. And how do we solve these problems? And hopefully, yung solution has a revenue stream that follows.
O, doon na-curious nga ako, bakit nyo naisipan, kailangan madali yung access ng cellphone kahit sari-sari store meron. Androids.
mahili ako sa mga social stuff eh. So, and nagmomotor ako. So, umabot na ako from Pagudpud hanggang Zamboanga. And then we were going to mga off-grid communities. And namimigay kami ng mga solar ano. So, nagiging parang bahay ko yung mga sari-sari stores along the way.
Yon.
And the second thing is, may yung 2-year-old na niece ko went up to a magazine and gumaganon. Kasi 2 years old, akala niya tablet. Yung dad ko naman, he's about 60 plus years old, hindi siya marunong mag-computer. Pero the minute he got an iPad, Facebook ng Facebook, ang kulit. So naisip ko, kung kaya nila, yung 2-year-old na pamangkin ko, at saka yung dad ko, kaya ng nanay sa sari-sari store. Kaya namin tulungan with technology.
Ganda ng story. Uy, totoo yan ha. Yung anak ko mismo, nakakita ng TV, gusto palitan yung channel. Ganun daw. Oh, pero you never know. Ngayon, pinagtatawanan natin. Pero later on, yun na rin yung mangyayari. Baka ganun nga lang eh. O ikaw, nawalan ka ba ng taxi? Ha? Kaya ka nag-grab that. But you know, a lot of people have been also using this app already if they want a safe way and easy way to find a taxi. Paano mo naisipan yun, Brian?
Well, when we started, first I wanna echo lang what Iba's saying. No? Magugulat ka with the capacity of people to learn. Imagine mo, 60-year-old taxi driver na sanay sa Nokia 5110 pa. Binigyan namin ng Android phone. A week later, siya yung nagtuturo na sa amin. Tinuturuan niya kami, na-install mo na ba tong Waze dito sa phone na to? So sila na nagtuturo sa amin. So you'll be surprised at their capacity to learn. Now, nung sinimulan namin si Grab Taxi, it really was out of seeing what was happening in the taxi industry. It needed to change. There was no innovation in the taxi industry for the last 10, 15 years. The last innovation was the handheld radio. Those are the industries na masarap i-disrupt. Kasi walang change eh. Then the minute you disrupt it, yes, you'll get a lot of detractors saying hindi kaya yan. But if you succeed in a big way. And the pain points na nakita namin, one was safety. And two is, I just want to get home conveniently. I don't want to have to stand on the street and hail a taxi, especially when it's raining. And I think a common thing that everyone here has been saying, two things I'll boil it down to. One is experience. You need to go out there in the world to experience things. And then you'll find what the problems are. And then you'll decide, and you'll think of ways to solve it. The second one is keep your eyes open. Every time may nakikita kang problema, dilat ang mata mo na, oy, this is a problem that potentially can be solved by this technology or that technology.
Wonderful. Alam mo, ako may naisip rin ako eh.
Ano naisip mo
Lahat sa internet nahahanap na. Lahat ng app, ang rami na. Kahit boyfriend, bagong friend, girlfriend, nahahanap na. Di ba? For our gay friends, may Grindr, may Tinder, may naisip akong app.
Anong app
Thunder. Para sa mga lola at lola na naghahanap pa rin ng love life. But kidding aside talaga, lahat na yata nandoon na, lahat sa app. Ayan, kunwari, may idea ako. I want to make this app. Hindi ako techie. Ano ba dapat gawin ko? May problema akong nakikita. I want a solution. Paano naman ako papasok dito sa app business na ito?
Actually, just to share with everybody, I'm not a technical person. But what I did was I found people who shared the same vision that I had, and we partnered together. So I partnered essentially with technical people. Yung partners ko, sila yung mahilig mag-code, sila yung nakakaintindi ng jargon. Ako, hindi naman ako nakakaintindi ng jargon eh. I know the principles, I know how it works, pero how to create the back-end, the coding side, my partners are the ones who do that. So you look for people who can help you make it happen. So that's essentially what you do. If you cannot learn it, find somebody who can help you make it happen.
Okay, good. Yes, sir.
That's the reason why startups normally have co-founders. Because these are people with this similar passion. I wouldn't say same because sometimes they're passionate in different ways. But they complement each other. Kung merong marketing person, meron ding techie guy, it rounds up the team. I think it's really important when you start up, when you do a startup, when you build a startup, is you find the right people. I think the best experience is when you have the right people in your team. No, You won't know if they're the right people though. So kasama yun sa challenge.
That's right. Oh, Vince, I'm sure sila medyo...
I know.
Diba? Na-excite na magtanong.
There's a lot of questions from the crowd, so I'm going to come out to the crowd, and if you have a question, raise your hand lang. So as I'm... Ito, meron na. So as I'm going out there, they wanted to ask din, maybe we could go down real quick down the line, one piece of
Or
advice.
after
na lang
na lang,
advice.
oo.
Okay, let's get to the crowd.
Oh,
Bago
kasi
muna
I'm
ako.
sure excited na sila, sabihin nila, puro ako na lang nagtatanong dito, tsaka ikaw. Okay, now is your chance to ask about questions when it comes to technopreneurship. Yes, ma'am.
I am Chic Francisco. I'm into e-learning, but I teach pattern making through YouTube first.
Wow!
So it's free. But then, my succeeding lessons I'll be charging. And I also have e-books. I will be having e-books. My question to Mr. Melancho, if you're really going to teach for free, how will you earn money?
Ayun, how do you earn money? Kung, yun nga, may social aspect na you want to help. Pero syempre, kailangan nyo rin kumita. How do you do that?
With us, actually, so the problem with yung YouTube platform is kahit sino lang pwede. So, walang platform na you can see na yung mga schools, I don't know if you're familiar with Coursera, but as you can see in the US, Stanford, MIT, Harvard, all of them are putting all of their courses in one website and making available to any people around the world. And here in Asia, actually wala pong gumagawa. And we wanted it to be on us as a part of our product. So that's why we're creating it. And with yours po, you have an option to put a price, or if you want to make it for free, you have an option as well. So if you subscribe on our platform, hindi nyo na po kailangan mag-worry sa mga bank payments, sa mga students na pwedeng umattend. Imagine, one teacher, you can actually teach like 100,000 students or millions of students.
No, my question is, how do you earn money from that?
Ayan, napagalitan ka tuloy. Yes, seriously, ma'am. Oh.
There's a
Paano
payment structure
pagkakitaan?
po. There's a payment structure.
I thought it's for
Yeah,
your
free yung class, pero if they wanted to have a certificate or a proof that they attended your class, they need to pay for
That's
it.
another way. Okay. Actually, that's a very common question. Oftentimes, people, sumisikat yan online, ang raming likes. Oh, tapos, mag-iisip yan, ay, paano ko ito pagkakakitaan? Oh, yan yung next step na tinatawag. Alright, next other question.
Oh, ito po. Ayan.
From sulit.com.
Ay, okay, yes, ma'am.
Lord, ikaw ba yan?
One more question from the owner of sulit.com.
RJ.
I noticed that some of my books are being sold as photocopies in sulit.com.
Ayan, pinagalitan ka rin. Oh.
Now, if you are made aware of it, what actions do you take?
So for us, it's so we have a help center. Actually, as of now, we are working with DTI. We are creating a tool for such purposes. So what you can do is you can submit a ticket to our help center. Just inform us about the copyright infringement. We have a dedicated team that will actually look at that. If they have proven that it's actually copyright infringement, we will immediately remove it from the site.
All right. Thank you also, ma'am.
Ayan.
Thank you. Okay, Mike.
Madam, dito.
Ayan, go.
May tanong po si Madam tungkol sa thesis.
Okay, so sa point of view naman po ng academe, no? So, by the way, ako po si Rica Jane Cosca ng TUP Taguig.
Hello po, Madam.
Okay, so here is the question. In proposing research titles, the goal is for the students to be able to apply the engineering knowledge that they have learned. As a faculty and research advisor, I wonder how could we integrate technopreneurship in conceptualizing the students' research titles?
Oh, English,
Okay.
nosebleed.
Okay. How to incorporate technopreneurship in what, ma'am?
In conceptualizing the students' research titles.
Title lang? Hindi yung buong thesis?
Oh, para mas madaling masulat.
Oo, sige. Okay. Anyone? Okay, yes, sir.
I don't, if I understood the question correctly, I think there's a bit that can be done on reformatting the title, but the way the title is placed. But I would like to think that the school should put in the right sort of ecosystem to ensure that entrepreneurship is in there. Ang problema kasi sa thesis process natin is there is no monetization policy that's explicit on day one. Na merong paraan na yung student and the school can eventually take a successful thesis to become a venture, get it funded, make money, and then benefit from it. No? So I think it's beyond just identifying how to put the thesis in place, but really to have the structure in place. No? Kagaya nung sinabi kanina ni Carlo, di ba? In school, we were all discouraged to sell. When in fact, di ba, I think, at thinking so many years after, that we should be encouraged to be entrepreneurial on day one. Our school system trains us to be employees. It's important that we inject certain amounts of entrepreneurship, and the thesis is a really good starting point. So, I don't know if I got your question correctly. Thank you.
Yes,
All
sir.
right,
Thank you very much.
I have one more answer, Iba, yes.
Thank you.
It shouldn't be a thesis. It should be accredited entrepreneurship. Don't write about it. Go out and do it and get a grade for how well you've done. Yun lang yung ano ko.
Wonderful. Yes, Carlo?
Actually, based on experience, that's how it's supposed to be done. Your thesis is essentially you writing your paper, right? But at the same time, you executing what's on the paper and learning from that process. Because of course, writing a paper is different from executing it. We're all encouraged to write business plans, but people forget that business plans change depending on what is the situation out there. So essentially, what we used to do when I was teaching was that 1 year or one semester is used for writing the paper, while the second semester or second year is used for executing that particular business, right? So it's a matter of balancing both out. You cannot essentially graduate or finish the course if you're not able to complete both sides of the process.
Okay, execution. Okay, last two questions.
Yes.
Hello, good
Sa kanya
afternoon.
muna.
My name is Wowie, and I'm also into e-learning or more of education, but specifically for primary education. So, technology is very exciting. It's very helpful, but not everyone in our country is ready to take in technology because we don't have the resources for it. So, how would you best penetrate the market or reach out to people who don't have as much resources? How do you bring technology to them?
Okay, penetrating the market with the least amount possible, in other words. Any ideas? Oh, yan, 2,400 and nothing. Okay, would you want to answer that?
That's for my question.
Yeah. Penetrating the market with the least amount, or cost, in other words. Siguro sa capital yung pinag-usapan para to break in, yeah. Okay, yes sir, of course.
Sorry, let me talk to you about a concrete example. Now, we built an application that's supposed to run doctors' clinics. It runs on an iPad. It allows electronic medical record to be stored, shared, take pictures of patients who have skin disease, all that kind of stuff. But it's very difficult to ask a doctor to move to a tablet compared to writing on his notes and directly communicating with the client. No? I think that's your question, about how do we bridge that? No? So in this case, it's not cost. It's really more of practice. No? So what we did was, we did two things. One, we experimented first. Can we do this mass market-wise? Like, just let doctors sign up and see if it works. On the other hand, we also said that let's target one hospital. One medical arts building, ipasok natin to, and then let's see how it goes. Which one works? So we experimented. Of course, the mass one did not work. So the targeted sa hospital worked. It got into a hospital. Siyempre, pag in na sa hospital, doesn't mean all the doctors will agree. kailangan you should check the reasons why they won't agree to it. Unang-una, baka walang internet. If you're running the app web-based, you need internet. Baka walang device, hindi rin problema yun. Doctors can afford iPads any time of the week. No, so the point is, you need to identify which are the points. Kasi it's different for different apps, different for different markets. No, so I can, like for example, sa e-learning, kahit schools lang, iba-iba din yan eh. If you're trying to sell a tablet into, let's say, LaSalle, it's easy enough. Everybody can afford it. Diba? But if it's a different school, then you probably have to think how to do it, how to secure the Android devices at the end of the day. They can't take it home. Diba? So you have to find out all, I think, the parameters that will make you succeed, and it's different for different situations. I hope I answered some of what you were thinking.
And all of a sudden, 3 other people wanted to answer. Yes, si ma'am muna.
I think the question is exposure sa technology with the least amount of cost, no? Least amount of money. I mean, you'll be surprised, no? Ang internet penetration sa Philippines is what? 30-40%. Pero ang Facebook users natin is what? 80%? 70%? So anong ginagawa paano nila na-access ang Facebook nila kung wala naman silang sariling internet access? So yung kami ang talagang tina-target din namin for those type of market are internet cafes. Diba? So people go there, doon nila ina-access yung technology. So kung minsan nga hindi mo na kailangan sabihan yung mga tao kung saan sila pwedeng pumunta, diba? So they find their ways. So and I think yung mga ganun, including yung mga internet access using cheap devices. Android phones today are what? As cheap as $50, 2,000 pesos. So these are the cheaper ways of parang accessing technology.
Yes, Sir Marks?
From what I understand, the question was how to penetrate the market with the least amount of financial investment.
Pwede rin yun, yes, opo.
Was that the question?
Yes, opo.
Well, my simple answer would be to substitute financial investment with time investment. No? So substitute your time instead of your money. If you want to do market research, niche research, and everything, you do it on your own. You use your time. If you suddenly identify a profitable venture, for instance, you sell your services. Your services is your time. So it doesn't cost anything except your time.
No, really, that also makes sense, of course, okay?
Regarding that question, regarding the resources, the phone or computers, alam niyo ba na mas mataas po yung number ng smartphone user rather than sa may mga computer, yung mga may laptops? You can actually buy an Android phone right now like 1,500 or 2,000 pesos. And yung reason na yon, gusto namin itap yung market na available na yung mga smartphone devices to any people and any student around the world. So we want to make learning available on that edge.
Yes, Sir RJ?
My answer is actually general. It's not specific to that question. For everyone here, I advise that you check the Lean Startup book by Eric Rice. Every marketing problem, every business model problem that you have, it can be solved by knowing how to do the Lean methodology of doing a startup. When you apply it, cost won't be a problem. You can apply it even in a very big company, even how small you are. Even on your own life, you can actually apply Lean methodology. So I advise everyone, pick up the book of Lean Startup by Eric Rice.
Wonderful advice. Meron pa ba tayo isa pa?
Meron pa po, nandito po si Junjun. Dahil di ko kasi siya kilala, Junjun ang tawag ko sa kanya.
Good afternoon po. I'm Josh from FPU Diliman.
Correct mo pa ako.
Meron po akong
Bakit po? Ano pong nangyayari?
Sorry po, nagdadalaga.
Na-excite. Okay, go.
Nagdadalaga po.
Sakit ah.
Ano po, may question po ako regarding kay Ma'am Mandigma sa Vibal. Ano po, sooner or later po ay ni-introduce niyo po yung use ng technology sa mga products niyo. And sooner or later po, ba mapapalitan din yung mga textbooks ng
Pwede.
And tablet.
ng mga tablet and e-books?
Yeah, I think so. Doon papunta yung business. I
Yes.
think. Na textbooks will just be part of a learning system. Kasi right now, the textbooks, alam nyo, lahat tayo pumasok sa school, yun din yung sinasabi ng mga panelists dito, na sa pag-aaral, ang textbook yung di ba, hawak-hawak natin everyday tuwing pagpasok at doon din tayo nagdi-depend. Pag nag-aaral tayo, nag-review or nag-exam. Ang nakikita namin ngayon sa Vibal, ang textbook, hindi na siya yung nagiging sentro ng pag-aaral. Nagiging part lang siya ng isang environment ng pag-aaral. So kung ang tanong is yung textbook magmamigrate to the tablet, yeah, we think so. We believe it. That's why yung company, Vibal itself, talagang in the past 2 years, naging grabe yung pagbabago para mag-respond dito. We think that books will not really disappear. They will still be there, but whether they're in print or digital, we feel it will all be digital. It's really gonna be a technology-enabled learning environment.
And it's actually happening also already with some
Yes.
schools. Yan na yung requirement, di ba? All right, thank you very much for all your questions. Okay, before we end this,
Thank
can I
you.
invite everyone to actually share or give a little piece of advice to all our wonderful guests over here as well, starting with Brian over here.
Okay, I think when you've decided to do your startup, just make sure it's a topic or a business na you're passionate about. So, katulad na sinabi kanina, roller coaster ride ang gumawa ng startup. Once you hit the medyo pababa, if you're not passionate about it, madaling bitawan yun. So, pick something you're passionate about and believe in yourself.
All right, RJ.
As I'm always saying, if you're thinking of doing a business, doing a startup, do it now. I just echo about failures. I believe success is actually a multiple of all your failures. So the earlier you start, the more failures you will encounter, the more learnings that you have, and the faster that you will be successful. Kasi when you are young, actually the risk appetite that you have is actually high. Habang tumatanda ka, once you have a family, nagkakaroon na ng dependent sa'yo, so medyo bumababa yung risk appetite natin. So for the students out here like Gian, it's the very best time for you to start your startup now.
Thank you.
With me, I always say this to people, the sooner you start, the faster you learn. Based on my experience, I didn't pursue my 4th year in college and I took the risk because I really believe on my passion and my vision. And it's a matter of taking risks and failing fast and learning to go outside of the building and sell yourself. And you will learn a lot of things. And all of us know na hindi naman natin lahat natututunan sa loob ng classroom. Pero if you wanted to make a change in this world, you need to build your own company. And alam natin na once you graduate, lagi sinasabi, saan ka na mag-work, pupunta ka na ba ibang bansa, yung na-mold kasi tayo to be an employee, not an employer. So, yun yung sana mabago. And if you want to be something like that, join us. Yun lang.
Iba?
Taken na lahat. Passion, lean failure. Ako, what can I part off as advice? It's not about the money. You gotta love creating, building something. Kahit hindi ka kumikita. Because that's what's gonna drive you. Kasi hindi ka talaga kikita sa umpisa. Medyo matagal bago kumita. Yun lang.
Thank you. Marks?
Well, my piece of advice, for what's it worth, no? Essentially, I think this applies to any situation. Whether you're starting out or continuing with your business or thinking of plans to expand or grow your business. So it's to ask the how questions, no? Not the why questions, not the what, not the where's, not anything, except the how. Because the how will draw exacted solutions for those problems. Yeah, that's it.
If you want something, and then you will get it, and perseverance is patience, and patience rather can lead you to success.
Wow, thank you.
Ang ang entrepreneurship or ang startup is not only for the young people, no? So nakikita ko dito may mga teachers dito, may mga above 30 years old na dito. It's for everyone as well. In my case, I've been in the corporate world for like 20 years, more than 20 years. And then nung naisip ko na, okay, finally, I have to stop. I need to follow my dream, which is to become an entrepreneur. And to me, it's not too late. I only started last year. And this is my first real startup. So I encourage everyone, not just the youth, especially yung mga teachers. Kasi paano kung 50 years old ka na, 60 years old ka na, kailangan mo na mag-retire, anong gagawin mo? So having your own company is a sure way na meron ka pa rin pagkakakitaan even after your retirement.
Thank you, ma'am. Ito na yung difficult section, no? Kasi nabigay na lahat. So you have to be more creative. No pressure. No pressure. Oo.
Becoming an entrepreneur is very difficult. No, you worry about everything from the janitorial to the payroll, everything. So, and I've been an entrepreneur for a couple of years already. I've done so many things, failed so many times, but I get up every day excited to go to work again. There was one time I was kind of feeling bad, and I read this really short passage. It's a prayer, actually, that changed the way I thought about the challenges each day. And it says that, grant me the humility to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. If you're an entrepreneur, put that in your heart. Believe me, every day is challenging, but every day you gotta get up and go to work.
Thank you. Prayer yung sa kanya. Mas creative dapat. No pressure, ha?
Hindi. Ako kaya ito yung pinaka non-exciting sa panel na to kasi ako lang talagang literally going to work for still an established corporation. So I guess the message is how do you remain creative, imaginative, and entrepreneurial if your life path is you did not choose to start your own business but you still continue working for a company. That might be a challenge that some of you will face. Maybe not all of you will end up being visionaries or startup entrepreneurs here. But I think the lesson is wherever you are, startup at the end of the day is also a mentality. It's saying that every day I have the potential to reinvent myself, that I can still create a future even within an environment that I didn't create. I can still be creative every day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very
Thank
well
you.
said, actually. Oo, for everyone.
And the
Carlo,
man-
no pressure at
No
all.
pressure at
Carlo
all.
is the last one to give us the advice.
To close out the session.
Oo,
Close
don't
out the
worry.
session.
Oo.
No, I think everybody has said what has to be said. It's about being happy. It's about finding your passion. It's about helping people. But I think all goes back to learning, right? You've all learned today from a lot of great people, but it should not stop here. You should always, like what was mentioned earlier, learning will never end. Learning is always continuous. You have the advantage of having a very, very good ecosystem or a growing ecosystem where you can succeed. There are a lot of people who have come before you who you can learn from. So take advantage of that. Take advantage of the incubation programs. Find good mentors. Find good partners. Find good people you can learn from. And at the end of the day, that is how you will succeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Technopreneurs, this 2014, we'd like to invite
Put
you
your
guys
hands together.
for a little photo op together, of course, with Sir Joey Concepcion and Sir Mon Lopez of PCE to join us. Palakpakan po ulit. I'm sure, alam nyo, ang raming nakinig talaga. They were really taking down notes and listening. Mike, umakyat ka na rin dito. Wala nang kiti-kiti at magulo. Kailangan ka namin.
Ayan, nako, thank
Okay.
you very much po.
Payu naman tayo, payu. Ayon.
Andito pala yung sa Star Wars. To si
Wait
ano.
lang. You know,
Ay,
Alan, can we
kaibigan
have
ko to
your
eh.
other teammates join us as well? Since they also represented our country. Let's give a round of applause for our young techno guys who represented the Philippines as well.
Ka-age lang natin yan. Ka-age lang.
Kamayan niyo po si Sir Joey. Gusto ko ng ganitong bag, gumagalaw siya mag-isa.
Kompleto yan. Okay, a
Picture.
little photo op muna with all our Technopreneurs. Very insightful.
Ay, sumama ka.
Oo nga, sasama nga ako dito. Tatabi ako kay Sir Joey para maiba naman. Minsan lang to. Okay.
Sige. Ayan, picture po. Kasama po. Ayan po. Para tayo evolution of man.
Saan nagsimula at saan nag-end?
Sa akin na lang. Mahirap dyan magsimula. Andiyan Sir Joey, ha? Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, our Technopreneurs.
Yes.
They've shared their insights. Hilahin ko muna si Vince dito, no?
Oo. Ika, Vince.
Thank you very much, Sir Mon Lopez, and of course, Sir Joey Concepcion as well.
Oh, ayan.
Thank
Nako.
you, thank you.
Hopefully you guys
Imagine mo,
learned
ha?
something from that. Madami ba kayo natutunan?
Yes.
Okay, wait lang, Vince. Isama kita. Si Vince kasi may sariling website, wheninmanila.com. Biruin mo, ito ibang klase to. Meron akong pinicturean nung Chinese New Year. Okay? Mga bata na ang ginawa, kinuha yung crate, yung lalagyanan, pinatong sa ulo, naglagay ng pulang tela, nagda-dragon dance sa Chinatown. Pinost ko yon na post sa When in Manila. Ano nangyari? Ilan likes? Thousands and thousands and thousands of likes. Oo. Ibang klase ang naaabot na ngayon. Why don't you invite them?
Yeah,
to visit
please
your
check
site?
out wheninmanila.com. We're one of the top online magazines and blogs. Or kung gusto nyo din mag-share ng stories nyo, email nyo lang ako. Madali lang ako hanapin, vince@wheninmanila.com or sa Twitter, Vince Golango, para ma-share yung story nyo. Or kung gusto mong i-share namin yung business nyo o yung ginagawa nyo, email nyo lang din ako and we can send a writer to feature you guys.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Oy, ganun ha. Sinabi mo yan ha.
Okay,
Totoo
tayo.
yan.
Tayo
Totoo, malakas
magkaibigan
sila.
tayo
Oo.
ha. Tulungan
I-feature ba
mo.
natin yung kanta, mga
Marami akong
talents
bago.
mo?
Yes. Except sa BIR, mahirap na, partner. Alam mo
Ladies
naman.
and gentlemen, let's all give a round of applause to Vince Golango.
Vince
Thank you very
Palakpakan.
much.
Thank you very much, Vince. Nako, sana nakalaging kasama si Vince para labas din ako. Oo,
Para
ayan, ha.
nakakapahinga
Uy, pero
ka.
grabe ha. Okay pa ba kayo?
Marami ba kayo natututunan?
O mamaya,
Very insightful.
may mga hindi kasi nakapagtanong, magtanong kayo mamaya. Pero sana pag nagtanong kayo, siglahan nyo naman. Kasi iba sa inyo, pag nagtanong, para kayo mga may karamdaman. Yung isa kanina, gusto ko nang tanungin, kamusta pa pag-ihi mo? Tuloy-tuloy ba? Hindi, laktaw-laktaw. Bakit? Wala lang. Hindi kasi kailangan masigla ka, nagtatanong ka nga. Para mas malamang magaling kayo, wala pang talk, magtanong na kayo, di ba?
Pwede rin yun.
Oo.
O ito, paalala lang, meals are still available at the Mang Inasal booths for only 50 pesos and Selecta ice cream. Ay, nako, tama ba to? 5 pesos lang? Wow!
5 pesos ang Selecta ice cream?
Oo.
Pag hawak mo, lusaw agad. Wala pa ako nakain
Hindi, nandyan yan.
nandyan yan, oo.
To keep you all full. Dahil alam namin, busog na kayo sa kaalaman, busog pa kayo
Ang galing
sa tiyan.
naman na Selecta. Naku o kita nyo yan mura.
Bumawi.
Kung ako yan, 5 piso, o sige, okay lang, yelo lang, ikaw na magtimpla sa bibig mo.